Here we have an Ibanez guitar, the Ibanez DN520K. It's a original design by Ibanez. Very beautiful guitar it is too. Let's go from the top. We've got the usual sealed mini tuners, which work extraordinarily well. They're finished in a light gunmetal finish, as is the rest of the hardware, which gives the guitar a nice, a nice sort of masculine feel to it. Headstock 3-a-side, quite small, but very attractive. It's got a binding in pearloid. You can see that there. It's the same binding that goes down the neck and indeed around the entire body, which makes it rather a luxurious looking guitar. The wood used here is quite interesting. It is sapele, which is a relative of mahogany. It's used in furniture and car making where a mahogany-like substance is required. I think it's a wee bit cheaper than mahogany. Its grain isn't quite so good, so hence possibly why this guitar is finished completely in black lacquer on the back and with a purple haze kind of finish. The neck is sapele. It's a fixed neck, which means it's glued into a socket in the body, and that gives the guitar maker the ability to mould away the heel to make it comfortable in the upper register. The fretboard is rosewood. The fret markings are quite interesting. It's an oblong which has been split into 4. There are 2 white pearloid and 2 grey pearloid oblongs that make up the larger oblong. Again, as I mentioned, the pearloid binding is rather beautiful, and it's finished off with a pinstripe around the edge of the fretboard. Coming to the body, it's a very heavy guitar. When I first picked it up, I knew it was mahogany. I thought it was mahogany. The sapele has the same kind of weight. There's no contouring or carving on this body apart from a single comfort contour at the back, as you might find on a Stratocaster. You can see the thickness now of the pearloid binding, which is again finished off with rather nice pinstripes around the front, and the gunmetal continues on the hardware here. 2 humbuckers, covered humbuckers, but the pole pieces are tubular, which gives it a different visual effect. 2 controls, master volume, master tone, 3-way pickup selector. The bridge is a modern redesign of the old Tune-O-Matic, individual saddles for intonation adjustment. Action is adjusted by these 2 screws, and the strings are held in a tailpiece here. Instead of the normal holes that you'd find on this kind of bridge tailpiece, there are slots, which makes changing strings a lot quicker and easier. One thing to mention about this bridge is that there is an extra screw in the top of the saddle which locks the saddle down once you've got everything sorted out. That's a little enhancement to the normal design. Okay, there's one more thing to mention, and that is this tone switch is a pull-push tone switch which taps the coils of both pickups. So in the down position you've got a double humbucker guitar, in the up position you've got a double single coil guitar. That's an important consideration. Okay, so it's been labelled as a heavy metal guitar, which it certainly is and can be. The neck dimensions are very much that of a Gibson Les Paul. It's a solid, heavy guitar which lends itself to heavy rock and heavy metal. So yes, that's the kind of thing you'd be using it for. That's the bridge humbucker. It's the neck. But I would always suggest that it's a bit of a mistake to label something as a heavy metal guitar when it has so much other potential. There's of course the classic rock If you take that overdrive down a little bit, there's the classic rock voicings that you can achieve. Oops. And also, this guitar has the coil tap. So now you're looking at funk, pop, country, if you like, if you want to take it down that clean. The coil tap is the single coils on the coil tap are still quite powerful. They're quite powerful pickups, and the single coil on its own is still quite powerful. So you can get some nice crunch into the sound. And that also lends itself to blues on the neck. So there we have it, a versatile guitar, original design, so you're not going to look like everybody else, quality made, quality finished, with a little bit of bling, but not too much. It doesn't sort of embarrass you when you get it out of the case. It's subtle enough to still be attractive. The purple finish, the kind of muddy purple finish here, is really attractive. It's a subtle finish that kind of counterbalances the bling around the edges. It's a very versatile guitar. You've got pickup options there that yes, it is a heavy metal guitar. It's got high power humbucker pickups, but there are options there to use it in other fields. One technical point that you may have thought of while I was talking is that the coil tap taps both of the pickups. So you can't mix humbucker and single coil. Here you have two variations. You have the double humbucker, or you have a double single coil with a three-way switch working between those pickups in whichever configuration you pick with the tone control. Okay, this is the Ibanez DN520K. Very lovely guitar.